welcome back to Pure Country Reacts, and we've had several requests to go back to Dance Moms. And the Dance Moms, I do have one out there that I've been having to cut on because, you know, these things aren't really that long, but I have to cut on to try to get the copyright part out, which I've done several times. So I tried it again today, but we're going to move on and see if we can get to the next one. So Lacey's going to get a recap, and y'all can get a recap too, just very quickly. And hopefully everybody will still be on the same page. But like I say, we had some requests from a couple of our viewers, and they wanted us to get back to a little Dance Mom, so we're going to try to do that for them. So I hope everybody enjoys.
Vivian, you're going to do a solo at the competition this weekend.
Vivi was uncomfortable with the solo that we worked on, so we are going to go ahead and do a piece that she already knows. Brooke's hips been bothering her, so
she was definitely stepping on toes.
She was. I mean, that was going to be up under Abby's name.
Why are you crying now?
Coming up on Dance Moms.
She's terrible.
I forgot how intense this show was.
Yeah, we haven't watched this in like a long time.
Do you see there's somebody new on top? Yes, Brooke, you were here because of your performance. You worked through an injury, you did what you had to do, you were a team player.
It feels good to be on top of the pyramid, but I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter whether I'm on the bottom or the top.
You are getting a solo this weekend. All right, Chloe, Maddie, you are also getting solos this weekend. The bottom row, what am I supposed to do with you for? You need to step it up. You need to get your butts back into class and start working on your technique. And you know what? Since we're in Pittsburgh this weekend, I'm going to give every single one of you a solo. This week, Maddie is doing 2 solos. One to the music Cry, which she competed several weeks ago, and the other is a new top routine.
I am not happy with Vivi doing this bumblebee dance this week.
Oh, that
So
was
being
the
a
bumblebee
teacher,
dance.
I just kind of took it upon myself to say, hey, you know, let's get together in a little room and let's rehearse the dance.
Okay, well, that's
But
what you do when you go
she doesn't
home.
want to jump onto a new dance. Don't get mad at me.
She just don't want to dance, period.
Don't be upset.
Well, you're making her do something she doesn't want to do.
Right here, which I can't film it.
Actually, real long.
Regular technique. Bohan's is a place that we can go and just kind of get out of that dance jail. This time,
It's not a dance
jail.
jail.
Dance jail.
You're the one
Would
that
y'all
sent-
put your
Yeah,
kids
you sent
in?
your daughter there.
Yep.
So what'd you guys think of the competition this weekend?
It was far away. Too far away.
I mean, we sat there. At least we got to go home.
You're right, I did.
Yeah, that's really disrespectful. You didn't wait for anybody else to perform. Everyone came early to watch her daughter.
Yep.
Well, you know what? This is how I feel about that, ladies. We're in this for a different reason, and we don't need to have a cheering section.
Excuse me.
And we probably will be leaving at the competitions. I'm sorry.
That's upsetting for us because I think we all care about the kids and those dancers. And and you don't want us to be cheerleaders, that's fine, but I like supporting the other kids.
When you say, I like that, that's your like. It's not my like. I don't want to be a part of the team.
Well, then take your daughter back to your dance studio.
I want to go home and go about my business. You know, I'm looking at the clock when I'm
She
sitting
has
there, and I'm
such
thinking
an
of all of the
arrogance
things that
and
I
an
could be doing.
attitude.
Shopping, even. This is just not working well with me. I like you guys,
Then go
but
back
I
to your
don't want
dance
to be your
studio.
cheerleaders. Oh my God, are you driving?
Because her sister's doing it,
I appreciate all of the camaraderie and everything.
No, it's
but
just the
I'm
mom
gonna
was
tell you
the-
point blank.
like
I
the
think
prize
difference is,
mom.
It's probably going to offend you,
Funny.
Christy, but I think the difference is that I am Abby's colleague, no matter how you slice and dice it.
What?
I'm her
No,
colleague.
you-
You are a dance mom.
I'm fine with Kathy's feelings and how she feels about our studio and the moms. I think she's a really sweet person, and she was just being honest.
Abby's
She was
making a ton
being
of money
very
off of
honest.
me, ladies.
She's making a ton of money off
Well, she's probably.
Okay, but you're
making
not
a lot
Abby's
more
colleague.
off of
You're
me 'cause
paying
I'm
her to
probably
teach
getting
your
charged
daughter.
double.
Yeah, in
Kathy's
this
crazy.
arena right now.
After the things she said
Yeah.
tonight, she needs to take her butt back to Ohio where she came from.
Thank
I
you.
We're just
agree.
on a different page, Vivi and I. We're part of the group,
Vivi ain't
but
even
we're
on your
not part of the
page.
group. I have to be true to myself, and I have to be
She's
true
basically
to the
just
people that are
using
around me. You either
Abby's
like me or you
name
don't like me,
to
I
get her
guess.
daughter out
And
there.
To get
I
her
don't know
daughter
if
out
you
there.
always like me or not. I like all of you, but we're not in it for all of that cheerleading.
Okay, Vivi is not even in this whole thing.
Maddie gets 2 solos because she takes a standing private lesson in tap all year, from September to June, once a week, and there's where she learns her tap routines. Then her other solo is just like all the other kids.
Doing 2 solos. No. This is just sad inside that Maddie is doing 2 solos this week.
What's it matter?
Whose idea was
At
that?
least cheer
Hers or
your
Abby's?
daughter on.
They probably got together over, lunch and talked about it. No one
should
has a
probably pay
chance
her
in hell
extra.
of winning against Maddie. She's
Well,
doing
the
2
tap
solos.
class
She
is
has
an
double
extra
the chance
class,
of winning
or
against
an
anyone
extra
else.
class.
I can't even get rehearsal time for one. I haven't even heard my kids' music yet. How do you practice your dance without music? Well, who's in charge of music? Isn't that ironic? Yeah. She always finds a way to get an edge. Always.
Okay, but that's
Solos
not
week.
to me
Everybody should have
anything, though.
one solo. I am so aggravated.
The situation with Kathy is very bizarre. Kathy really wants nothing to do with the ALDC team. She really doesn't. I need you to be a role model. You're a dance teacher. You know how important it is to get these mothers to
Abby,
do.
I cannot ride a bus if this is where this is
That
going.
is so petty.
The attitude that I'm too good for the bus, no, that has to stop.
I can't do these field trips. I'm sorry.
That's part of the team. You want her to be. Then let her go by herself.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Vivi comes with me. That's fine.
Oh, no,
You
no,
don't
no, no,
have
no,
to
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
She's
No, we're not gonna
controlling.
do that either. I don't like not being in control. I'm being told.
Well,
what
then
I
you
have
need to go
do,
back to your
where I
dance
have
You have
studio.
to
go.
do
This
what
is just
everybody
not
else
sitting well with me.
does.
But we want to arrive together as a team.
Why do we have
We
to
wanna-
do that? Are we the part of the Olympics?
Kathy, why are you here? You're here to be part of the Abby Lee Dance Company, but you don't want to play the game.
I know, I don't. This is how I feel, Abby. A should be focused on themselves, and we'll be focused on ourselves.
I know, but that's selfish, and I'm not trying to raise selfish children.
We live in America. I feel like I'm in jail, that I have to jump on a bus and ride with everybody like I'm an elementary student.
I set my rules. If you don't like them, go somewhere else. I don't care.
We're doing your solo this week. I'm very pleased with what I saw. The
Okay,
costume isn't
well,
as
just-
hideous as I thought it was.
Why
Sorry.
would you say that to me? Why would I
Sorry.
create a hideous
Sorry,
costume?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I gotta go.
So we're gonna get the address to meet you at the venue this weekend. And all
Didn't
Let's
all
go
our
look up
people
the
travel on
address.
buses?
Okay, we called moms over for lunch because I thought that it was important that we kind of come together
Girl, do
as
you
a
even know
group
how to
and
cook,
talk
though?
about
I
Kathy
still don't
and sort of
understand that because
what her
there's
intentions
so
were at
much
our studio.
backbiting.
No, I asked you to come over here because I think
Ooh, his cookies look good, too.
we need to talk about that. If she's going to benefit from being a member of the team, then she needs to get her ass on the bus. She needs to stay and support my kid at 9 o'clock.
I do agree with all
We have
that.
to abide by Abby's rules. Abby has to abide by Abby's rules.
I
Exactly.
agree.
Start making exceptions to the rules, then why have rules?
Exactly.
I understood the concern of the other mothers. I kind of feel caught in the middle because I really like Kathy a lot.
I do not know
Other
why.
issue is
Because she's got the
the
same
level of
personality as her
behavior, which
hidden.
we will need to learn how to follow.
I don't know about that. I have to talk to Abby about that. Christy asked me to pull one of Maddie's solos. I thought it was very inappropriate.
That's-
She
that's
gets
very
2
inappropriate.
solos
That's for
because
your
she has a
daughter.
tap private, so she has a tap solo every year. And then Abby just gives her an extra solo.
And that just shows me you have little to no faith in
I
Chloe.
don't think I would do that. I don't think you guys would do that.
Yeah, no, you
I
wouldn't.
did do it.
Honey,
I
y'all
did
would,
this year.
no,
Yes,
you
I
would
did.
boast about
I did
it.
a DEA. I could have had Chloe compete. I didn't because Paige and Nia deserve the chance to shine. I have to think about that. I have to talk to my daughter about that.
Okay, but you all of your kids have solos. What's the problem?
Maddie by far is one of the strongest dancers. There's no question about that.
Okay,
There's
so
no
she
need
deserves
for her
it.
to have 2 solos to prove that she's a really strong dancer. We know that.
If you looked at it from our perspective, you would be upset if Chloe were doing 2 solos and Maddie only had a chance to do 1.
I would not. If another mom had their child in 2 solos, I would never go to that mom and ask them to pull one of their daughter's
No.
solos.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
really none of my
selfish.
business what their daughter is doing. I have to worry about my children,
And
not their
like I
children.
said, it
Becoming
shows
very
how
cutthroat,
little
and I don't
faith they
think it
have
needs
in
to
their
be
own
that way.
daughters.
Well, their daughters only take one class.
Yeah.
Her daughter takes 2 classes.
How are you? Ready for another day?
I'm cutting your music. Dance is so expensive, so I do work for Abby at the studio. I do the costumes, the music. I work at the desk. Hi, girls. Hello. I have your music, but pages I can't seem to get. Music. Where's my music? Music's always getting lost at the studio.
I mean, I don't have music yet. Every day this week, I checked in to see if Paige's music was cut. It was the night before the competition, and Paige still hadn't heard her music. All right, well, if Abby comes out at all, can you just tell her that I need to talk to her?
Yes.
Guys, this is ridiculous. I'm going down.
And you're going to disrupt their class. That is petty.
Good, and then pull Brooke in after, and then put me in, and then I'll bring up the rear.
I like that attitude.
Y'all are disrupting your daughter's class.
And everybody.
Can I have Paige's music?
It's downloading. It's been downloading for 14 minutes.
I mean, Paige is 10. She needs to run her dance to her music. And it was Friday night, 8 o'clock, and I still had no music for Paige. And we were competing the next morning.
And I can understand they're frustrated. I mean, I understand it.
3 minutes.
God, everything is always so last minute.
She teaching acro.
I didn't know doing an afro class. Who's home? Abby, because she knows that our kids need to rehearse.
Like my daughter rehearsed with her private day with Matt.
But at least you got to rehearse.
I have a standing private every week.
So I'm still waiting for Paige's music. You guys don't realize what I do for your kids. I mean, I work, you
No
know.
one's saying we don't do for the kids, but you also know that there are things that our kids don't
Girl,
benefit
shut
from.
up.
I mean, just throwing the cards on the table.
Typically, when there's a conflict or confrontation, Melissa has a tendency to deflect. Melissa always
Well, no, it's because y'all petty.
Well, they're all, you know, at her at one time.
They're ganging up on her.
When we go to competitions, Gianna's like your own personal helper.
Like, but she would do anything for any of the kids
But
because
she
she loves
doesn't.
everyone.
She only does it for Maddie. The point is, we need our kids out of that room and Envy running the dances.
Please. I just feel
What
that
do you
the moms
expect Melissa
don't
to
like
do?
me because my daughter is a great dancer, and they kind of hold that against me. They don't realize what I do behind the scenes. If they didn't have me at the studio, things wouldn't get done. It's just how they are. They're just little bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Her CDs are ready. I'm so sick of this. I'm sick of them saying, oh, it's all about Maddie, it's all about Maddie. Maddie's in class. They all want to learn their solos.
No.
I work my ass off for these mothers, and all they do is bitching. This is it for me. I'm sick of them.
These mothers are going to be the death of me.
Are they going to be able to continue running their souls with you, Abby?
Maddie had a half-hour private with Matt Saffron, her top teacher today. Chloe came in today. Emma worked with her.
But she's learning a whole new dance. Like,
All the moms were like in a tizzy.
Look,
because
and her
they don't
daughter's
have the solo
confused,
rehearsal
yeah.
time. They don't have the right solo music. Like, Chloe learned a new routine. And her mother's, oh my God, she's the only one that has a new routine, BS.
There's no way that because she ran it twice to new music that she's going to be able to compete on Saturday. I'm worried about it.
Dang.
Let's go. We're all here. Girls, break a leg. Please make me proud out there. All righty?
really pissed. This competition was set up from the get-go that it wasn't going to be a fair fight.
Dude,
Abby entering
Chloe's a
Maddie's
good
2
dancer,
solos in the
trust
competition
her.
This week makes perfect sense to
But-
me. Abby keeps saying we're
Why would Abby try to make her other dancers fail?
She wouldn't.
I mean, because if she has one successful dance and one prize and everybody else fails, that's not going to get her more business. I don't get
No,
it.
because that's what this whole thing is about, is to get her more business.
Yeah, get her dancers
So why would
out
she
there.
intentionally fail half her school?
Yeah. That y'all are the petty
in her
people.
own backyard. She has a
Good night.
reputation to protect. She wants everybody to do well. Abby only cares if Maddie does well, because if Maddie wins the overall, Abby looks good.
I don't
She
see why
literally
it wouldn't be
put
fair for my daughter
Brooke
to
at
do
the top
2
of the
solos.
pyramid.
And
But
it's
a
really
lot
not
of
the
them
other mom's
place,
business.
though, too.
What
Yeah,
my
they
daughter is
almost
doing.
always place. She has no passion.
No. Why make her do that if she doesn't want to do it?
I feel bad for Vivi.
You fell, you slipped. Well, I don't know, honey. I'm not pleased with what you did.
Wow.
And I don't think that Abby's going to be either. So we're going to have to practice. We're going to have to go back. Listen, look at me who I'm talking to. We're going to have to go back home. Go back to the dance
You're a
studio.
horrible mom.
We're not here practicing. We're going to have to go back home.
Melissa needs to play Maddie's second solo. It's not fair.
No.
Melissa! Melissa! Yeah?
No. Yeah, no. Don't go to her.
I guess she's letting her dance.
Let the girl dance.
And I called her and she ignored
nervous.
That has nothing to do with any of y'all.
It really doesn't, and the fact that I'm sure that they weren't the only ones dancing there, because Abby has all these other classes and they all get dances. Just because Maddie has 2 classes, so each class gets their dances and stuff, it's not right for them to ask her to pull her daughter's second. I mean, because that's 2 different competitions that Maddie's in. I mean, it's 2 different dances, you know?
And that's hindering Maddie's performance,
Yeah.
if that was to be the case.
So, I mean, why does she need to pull one of the dances?
Now, the rest of them just need to pay for an extra class if they're that offended.
Exactly. They need to start having an extra class.
That's petty.
No one has a chance in hell of winning against Maddie. She has 2 solos. She already
But
has
ain't that,
twice as good of a chance as
selfish
anyone.
against Maddie?
I can't even look at Melissa. It's always all about her daughter, and no one
my
knows.
Lord,
Our
have
kids
mercy.
count too.
Good job, honey.
I really
And
don't
the
care
thing
what she thinks she would do.
is that if they paid for extra classes and their daughters had that many solos, and say she couldn't afford to do that, she could only afford the 1 class, and you know, Maddie is good, but she can never beat Chloe. With the attitude that she has, can you imagine her going to, her mom and saying, you need to pull one of those solos because that's not fair to the rest of us? Oh my God, her mom would flip her lid. They don't put themselves in other people's shoes.
No, it's because it's all about them.
And all that angst and stuff that they do.
I don't think
their
it has.
kids
I
hear
don't
it.
think it has anything to do with their kids. It's more so competition between all the moms.
It is, and my daughter won, or Abby always win. Maddie always wins. Well, Maddie really wants to do that, and Chloe really wants to do it too. So her mom should just be really way more supportive. I mean, period.
Anything for her daughter to win. I don't do anything for my daughter to win. My daughter wins on her own.
The fact that she was grimacing throughout her daughter's entire solo was terrible.
Highest scoring advanced mini solo.
I wouldn't feel confident if you were looking like that.
I would never look like that.
I don't like to lose, but I don't ever lose anyway.
Our first place overall top scoring advanced mini soloist receiving a $75 check and the trophy is prize. That's Maddie from Maddie Dance Company.
She won on her own.
Congratulations, you are our top scorers. Let's give a big round of applause.
Undefeated. Aren't you happy?
Congratulations.
Her kids were set up to fail.
Her daughter got a trophy.
Yes, the drama got to start.
They all have
All right, let's go.
trophies.
Abby, I think we need to talk.
No, you're not going to ruin this day.
No, we need to talk, Abby.
And you
In the
shouldn't be
hallway
doing it in
now.
front of the girls.
Are you kidding? I'm a paying client and you won't speak to me.
No, nothing's worth that
I
much
wouldn't do that
money.
in front of
I
my
think
kids.
the worst thing that Christy can do
That is just...
talk about me when her...
How many times has my daughter beat your
Oh,
daughter
Maddie.
this year? Fight, my grade was stacked against everybody this weekend because...
See, and that put, Kenzie, see, that makes everything horrible.
Your kids feel bad, but it doesn't matter that my daughter feels bad.
Your daughter is holding a national title. And I
Yeah,
will take
she
you right
is.
in a minute.
Go ahead and take it away, Abby.
Your daughter
I'll leave the
placed.
studio.
That's fine. Where are you going to go?
I would say the fight between Abby and Chrissy was incredibly embarrassing. That could have been handled behind closed doors, definitely not in front of children. Even when there are issues, I try to limit the things I'm saying in front of
That
the
shouldn't have
kids
been
because it
done
makes
in
them
front of the
feel bad. It
girls.
makes
That
them
made
feel
Maddie feel horrible.
I imagine how her own daughter probably felt too.
You are
Chloe had to feel embarrassed.
Quit drinking.
I'm not going on a bus.
And Maddie was so happy when she played first.
Give me a phone. No, she didn't
You
even...
are out of control.
I'm the asshole for staying in your studio.
There you go.
Then I need to leave.
You're done.
Yeah, that's seriously like mortifying. I mean, mortifying. And I think it's probably the most unprofessional thing I think I've ever saw. And I can understand Chloe's mom wanting her daughter to shine and all that, but why does she have to tear down at Maddie. You know, Maddie is really pushing herself, and she practices a lot. Her mom obviously pays for 2 classes, and for her to think that, what is Chloe's mom's name? I forget her cotton picking name. For her to approach another mother and say, you really need to pull. She shouldn't have 2 solos. And really, I think if Chloe had 2 solos and another mom had come to her and said, you need to make her pull that solo, you know, that's not fair to everybody else, she would have lost her mind. And then to have no, they didn't need to go out in the hall and to discuss anything.
No, there was nothing to discuss. You can't dampen another kid's success because you're offended or intimidated. Well, your daughter's gonna do good. You should need to support her.
And she's got trophies. She's won titles and stuff. You know, obviously, because that's what Abby just said. Your daughter has a state title. It's a jealousy thing. It's not even. It's like Lexi said. It's not really the daughters against the daughters. It's more about the moms against the moms.
And nothing to do with the kids at this point.
It really isn't, and it's really, really sad that is her name Melissa? No, Melissa's Maddie's mom, isn't she? I don't know. Anyway, that is probably the tackiest behavior I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And I would be very embarrassed if that was on TV. Now, I know a lot of people say, you know, they build that up for the TV show. I know there's some women that are really, really like that, okay? You can't tell me otherwise. I know that there are some women that are like that. And, that's why when she was younger and she was in elementary school and she was friends with the what grew up to be the snooty better than you kids when they were all young. They didn't care about that. They didn't care about where your friends lived, and they didn't care about what kind of car your mom drove, and they didn't care about any of that stuff, and they were just little girls having a good time and playing. And then all the things that the moms obviously say about some of these other kids, maybe behind closed doors, by the time they get to middle school, they don't know you anymore. Happened to me, happened to her. And so she doesn't even really have a circle anymore because, you know, she doesn't look at other people based on material things and based on status and stuff. You know, just got to be respectful and good to each other. You know, I mean, that's really all you've got to do. That's what friendship's about. It's not about what people have and don't have. It's disgusting. But anyway. Well, anyway, that was the 4th episode, and like I say, I did cut on the 3rd one, which is seriously, it's been blocked for way over a year. I sat down and was trying to work on some of the blocked videos today. Cross your fingers for those who wanted us to get back into the Dance Moms that they'll free it up. At this point, it's not freed up. I may have to cut on it some more. I don't know what else they want. And I really don't want to appeal at this point because I've already got like a warning strike thing against me, because they went back and they removed the jaw laws, like the 3rd or 4th video we ever posted, because it was violent. I don't get it. Anyway, make sure y'all come back. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you in our next video. Peace.